First of all, tell us, what's your name?
Okay.
What is it?
It's Logan.
Logan what?
Logan Whitehurst.
And do you have a middle name?
Uncle?
No.
No.
Anthony.
Anthony.
The man from Atlantis came to our class today. We had to stop talking just to hear what he had to say. He looked straight into my eyes and he pointed his webby hand. He said, I come from the fabled underwater land. His utility belt had a light that kept flashing on and off. You should have been there for the man from Atlantis. His eyes were buggy and his gills were green. You should have been there for the man from Atlantis. Strangest little fish man I've ever seen. I asked him where Atlantis was today. He rolled his eyes and said, it's underneath the sea. I said, I want to be a fish man just like you. He said, well, this is all you have to do. Get a utility belt with a light that keeps flashing on and off. You should have come to see the man from Atlantis. His skin was slimy and he had no toes. You could have come to see the man from Atlantis. Strangest little fish man I've ever known. That's what I want to be when I grow up. A fish man just like him. I want webbed fingers and a set of gills and scales instead of skin. I'll be the man from Atlantis for you. I'll be the man from Atlantis for you. Get down and funky. He said, before I leave you, this is what I ask. Then he took off his mask and he looked around the class. He said, I'm not from Atlantis, I'm from the USA. And I never do drugs is the message I have to say. But everyone was looking at the light that kept flashing on and off. It's not my job to be the man from Atlantis, I'm a human being. It's not my job to be the man from Atlantis, strangest little fellow you ever seen. That's what I wanna be when I grow up, a fish man just like him. I wanna harvest a seaweed crop and never do drugs, never do drugs, never do drugs, never do drugs. I'll be the man from Atlantis for you. I'll be the man from Atlantis for you. Because I love you.
Strange Mr. Gregor, he thinks too much, is what
Mr. Gregor likes his brain too much for his own good.
It's a sad, sad world where an intelligent man can find more peace in his head than his home.
Tell me, Mr. Gregor, is there life on Mars?
I don't really know.
Tell me, does it flourish round distant stars?
I'm not really sure.
Strange, Mr. Gregor, can you see the future of society?
No, I can't, but I'll tell you this. In prepared muffin tins, divide 1/2 evenly among 8 muffin cups.
What? Oh, yeah.
Put that in your brown eye.
Doing track 2 now. Doing track 3. Track 3. Hiss. Kind of a hiss I hear. I hear the hiss.
We want to rule the world. We want to make you eat mayonnaise in your sleep. We want control of your TVs. We want to make you wear the same underwear for a week. We're not your average human beings, no. We're Acablatus snappers from the planet Queep.
We want to rule the world. We want to weave your children into a giant quilt. We would use it in bedtime. We'd even use the fat ones as Scottish kilts. We're not your average human beings, no. We're winger wongers from the planet Wilt.
We want to rule the world. We want to make you eat mayonnaise in your sleep. We want control of your TVs. We want to make you wear the same underwear for a week. We're not your average human beings, no. We're Acablatus snappers from the planet Queep. We're not your average human beings, no. We're Acablatus snappers from the planet Queep. We're not your average human beings, no. We're rainbow donkeys from the planet Quash. Yes.
Happy Noodle led the sort of life the working stiff dreams about. Driving a Studebaker, making pies with his wife, taking a dip in the old swimming hole. Yes, sir, Happy Noodle had it good and he wasn't complaining. He always waved hello and always smiled and always tipped his hat and said, nice weather we're having, regardless of the weather. Now, as most protagonists do, he had an antagonist, a polar opposite bent on nullifying his happy existence. His name was Sad Noodle, a pathetic excuse for an egg and flour mixture with a little extra water just for tears. He worked in a successful firm and was under a lot of stress, and this is the story of their ultimate battle. Happy Noodle versus Sad Noodle. 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 One day as Happy Noodle was out mowing the lawn with a smile and a song, an Edsel pulled up in front of the house. It was Sad Noodle. He leaned his ropey head out the window and said, look, Happy Noodle, I'm sick of being your polar opposite. You know, sad all the time and whatnot. It makes it hard to get along. I've come to challenge you to a duel to the death. So Happy Noodle put down his mower and obliged, saying, if it'll make you happy, and Sad Noodle cringed. Happy Noodle hopped in the back seat and they were off to the gravel pit. Happy Noodle singing all the way and Sad Noodle driving like a madman. This will end it all, thought Sad Noodle, and they prepared for the fight. A strange sight, two noodles standing face to face, one smiling and one frowning. Happy Noodle versus Sad Noodle. 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 Thinking on his feet, Sad Noodle used his head as a whip and tried to trip Happy Noodle, but he slipped and he flipped face first on the ground with a sound like a wet noodle slapping the ground kind of sound. Then Happy Noodle wrapped Sad Noodle up around a tree and said, see, Sad Noodle, don't you mess with me, cause I'll be the baddest noodle there'll ever be.
I am happy.
sad, sad noodle. Happy noodle versus sad noodle. Happy noodle versus sad, sad noodle. So after Happy Noodle untied Sad Noodle, they got back in the car. Sad Noodle, defeated, dejected, depressed, dropped Happy Noodle off at his door and said, you know what, I don't think that helped me very much. And Happy Noodle just smiled and said, Sad Noodle, why don't you come in for some pie? And Sad Noodle said, no, I'm sorry, I don't like pie that much, but thanks all the same. Happy Noodle versus Sad Noodle. Happy Noodle versus sad, sad noodle. Happy Noodle versus sad noodle. Happy Noodle versus sad, sad, sad noodle.
They're gonna thank you, do what we want. 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 We just wanna thank everybody. We just wanna thank everybody. They're gonna thank you for making us. They're gonna thank you for making us. We can play these mellow and do what we want. We can play these mellow and do what we want. Silence. They're gonna thank you, do what we want. 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 Silence.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, how was your day? Hey, how's it going? Hey, go away! Hey, 2, 3, 4. Hey, what's that you got there? Hey, it looks like a gun. Hey, I'm sorry I offended you. Hey, I'm gonna run! One, 2, 3, 4. Hey, gonna stop running now. Hey, gonna catch my breath. Hey, gonna be a man now. Hey, gonna meet my death.
What's another one?
I'm gonna sing, I'm thinking what I could sing. Rockabye baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby, cradle and all.
That's very nice.
Fission or fusion, fission or fusion, fission or fusion, fission or fusion. Fission, a nuclear reaction in which a single atom dwindles in coherency and splits apart in an explosion. No degradation, particles in motion with the evolution of about 100 million electron volts of energy. So you see that we have the capacity to cause a nuclear chain reaction in a fraction of the time it takes to blink your eye to annihilate a bit of our reality, to make way for the freedom of humanity. It's the conversion of matter to energy. MC squared must equal E. Let me hear you say fission, rock the house. Let me hear you say fusion, rock the house. Let me hear you say fission, rock the house. Let me hear you say fusion, rock the house. Fusion, from the Latin fusio, which means a melting of the protons and the neutrons of two atoms in an opposite reaction to the nuclear reaction called fission. In that, instead of blowing apart, the atoms start to coalesce in the best way that they can, and they slam into each other, a microscopic mosh pit for the subatomic. And they stick together and continue on forever, indefinitely, releasing tons of energy, and the heat and light, the land and the free, and blowing the hell out of our enemy. Let me hear you say fission, rock the house. Let me hear you say fusion, rock the house. Let me hear you say fission, rock the house. Hear you say fusion, rock the house. Let me hear you say fission, rock the house. Let me hear you say fusion, rock the house. Let me hear you say fission, rock the house. Let me hear you say fusion, rock the house. Fission or fusion, fission or fusion, fission or fusion, fission or fusion.
have never ever seen such a messed up crayon collection in my entire life. I have never ever seen such a messed up crayon collection in my entire life. I have never ever seen such a messed up crayon collection in my entire life. I have never ever been to the cave in the bottom of the valley of the mercenary mice. I have never ever heard of a bamboo corrector with electrical apostrophes attached. I have never ever loved anybody with a fire in my belly and a belly button match. I cannot be counted on to return to my place of rest. I am not my atom bomb in an underwater test. I cannot be counted on to return to my place of rest. I am not my atom bomb. I have never ever been so alive that my Palomino body couldn't figure up a storm. I have never ever fallen asleep at the wheel of the planet where the rest of us were born. I have never ever told anybody of the danger to the living, of the living, of the dead. I have never ever parted the waters in a corporate decision of the ruler of my head. I cannot be counted on to return to my place of rest. I am not my atom bomb in an underwater test. I cannot be counted on to return to my place of rest. I am not my atom bomb. I have never ever been to the south of France with a woman named Maria anymore. I have never ever spoken aloud in a cold insurrection of apology before. I have never ever lost my repression of the silver reflection of a switchblade knife. I have never ever seen such a messed up crayon collection in my entire life. I am not my atom bomb. I am not my atom bomb. I am not my atom bomb. I am not my.
By day, it's a legal operation. Uncle Enzo's Fish and Fries. It was a great day when we set out for this nation and legitimate enterprise.
But the place gets jumping on a Saturday night. You got the mix, got the drinks, got the black and white. You got 21 stud, got fine cigars. You got rich folks hopping out of fancy cars. And we roll the bones till we're 6 feet down. And the fuzz don't talk cause we own the town. Life is grand for the open hand cause we look out for family first.
Doors closed somewhere past 11:30 and the band begins to swing. Lord knows we get down right down and dirty. Cosa Nostra means we do our thing. Here we go, do our thing. Come on in, have yourself a drink.
And the place gets jumping on a Saturday night. You got the blackjack table and the colored lights. You got the big band playing on the slide trombone. We're placing our bets on the telephone. Got 20 on lucky, 7 come 11. Don't apologize or you'll be forgiven. Gotta make real good on your solemn word cause we look out for family first.
His name is Bill. He's my goodest, bestest friend in the world. I traded Bill for a baseball card. I wish I had more friends like him. When you have friends like Bill, nobody tells you what to do. Everybody steps aside and tells you you can just walk through. When you have friends like Bill, everything is absolutely running like clockwork. When you have friends like I have a three-dimensional friend. His name is Lou. He's the smartest guy I know in the world. He has a plan to get a lot of friends like Bill. He pulls the trigger and everybody gets on the floor. When you have friends like Bill, nobody tells you what to do. Everybody steps aside and tells you you can just walk through. When you have friends like Bill, everything is absolutely running like clockwork. When you have friends like now Lou and I have so many friends like Bill, we don't know where to go. We're in a hurry, you see. Maybe we'll take our brand new buddies on a road trip down to beautiful Mexico.
Dos cervezas y la cuenta, por favor. Ding dong, whatever. Ding dong, whatever. Ding dong, whatever. Ding dong, whatever, man. Ding dong, whatever. Ding dong, like whatever. Ding dong, 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 ding dong, whatever. When you're born, you can't move at all. Then you learn to crawl on your hands and knees. Then you learn to walk when you're one. Then perhaps you learn to run. Then you learn to drive a car. You learn that it takes you very far. But you learn too late. There's no escape except death.
I'm the oldest man on earth. I'm older than that tree. I'm older than my mother and her mother before she. I'm older than the doctor who delivered Grandpa's dad. I've outlived everyone I've met since I was just a lad. Old Moses was my bowling partner and he bowled pretty well. But I'm still alive and kicking and he's burning down in hell. Well, life has been a good one and it's been a bit too long. So I think I'll kill myself right now.
Don't like what you just said. It was quite offensive. I don't like what you just said. It was quite offensive.
The sun is shining in the sky. Life is grand and I don't know why. The biscuits were good, the toast was divine. But just shy of bunt cake is where I draw the line. Oh, how I love you, you beautiful girl. If I loved you more, I'd probably help. Your love is so sweet, like blackberry jam. Perhaps if I spoke up, you'd know who I am.
I don't think he deserves to go to that place where the good dogs go. 'Cause I don't like my neighbor's dog. He smells real bad and he went to the bathroom on my front lawn the other day and I kicked him in his head. I am the president of the ASPCA and I don't like my neighbor's dog 'cause he wants to sue me now that I kicked him in the head. My neighbor is a lawyer and he taught his dog to read. Stupid.
I love you so much, baby.
Ding dong.
This afternoon I coughed up green things. I danced around and no one would come near me. I wondered how long I'd have to fan the air. I felt a hot wind from my anus. In a small room, no one came to save us. And I turned the fan on to no avail. Fighting into getting my nose and smack your butt with a rubber hose and put it into compass your gas and dissipate into a warm, stinky cloud. Alone and shivering in the bathroom.
And where do Grandma and Grandpa live?
In Palo Alto.
Yes, and what's your favorite thing to do in Palo Alto?
Talk in the microphone.
Oh, and where do you like to go in Palo Alto?
To the museum.
What's there? Tell us about it.
Some fish.
I brush my teeth of Uncle Ned. I floss of Auntie Sue. I scrub my neck of little Bobby and I wash my hands of you. Hey! I comb my hair of Brother John. I shave my lip of Fred. I pick my nose of Cousin Lou and wipe my feet of Cousin Jen. I clip my nails of Lizabeth. I pop my zit of Don. I cleanse my face of Jennifer and exfoliate of Ron. Hey! I swab my ears of Terrence. I wax my legs of Lou. I trim my beard of Grandpapa and I wash my hands of you. I bought me a three-legged pack horse. He hobbles and stumbles around. I wonder what I was a-drinking when I dragged him back home from town. Three-legged horse, I don't know why I bite him. I can lead him to water, but I can't make him drown. The three-legged
circle, and then he falls down. He may not be bright, but he's loyal. He won't fall on anyone but me. Like the legs on a minimalist's table. There used to be four, now there's one less than that. The three-legged horse, I don't know why I bite him. I can lead him to water, but I can't make him drown. Three-legged horse, it's no fun to ride him. He walks in a circle, and then he falls down. Mrs. Fenway, me oh my, why'd you have to go and die? Now we have to say goodbye to Mrs. Fenway. Mrs. Fenway. The first Mrs. Fenway went to the store, said she'd be back at 3 or 4. Got her head caught in the sliding door. Now she's not Mrs. Fenway no more. Mrs. Fenway, me oh my, why'd you have to go and die? Now we have to say goodbye to Mrs. Fenway. Smoke the ganja, Mrs. Fenway. The second Mrs. Fenway stubbed her toe at the moving picture show. She stumbled out into the snow. Now she helped the flowers grow. Mrs. Fenway, me oh my, why'd you have to go and die? Now we have to say goodbye to Mrs. Fenway. Mrs. Fenway. The third Mrs. Fenway was very fat.
Very fat.
Made the ground shake when she sat.
When she sat.
She bent over to pet the cat.
Pussycat.
And her bottissimo squashed her flat. Oh no, Mrs. Fenway, me oh my, why'd you have to go and die? Now we have to say goodbye to Mrs. Fenway. Everybody now, Mrs. Fenway. Yes, now we're jamming now. Mrs. Fenway, Mrs. Fenway, Mrs. Fenway, Mrs. Fenway. Hi, hi. Mrs. Fenway, Mrs. Fenway, Mrs. Fenway, Mrs. Fenway, Mrs. Fenway, Mrs. Fenway. The fourth Mrs. Fenway write her will, and she take the sleeping pill. Then she jumped from the windowsill, and she landed in the rumor mill. Mrs. Fenway, me oh my, why'd you have to go and die? Now we have to say goodbye to Mrs. Fenway. Mrs. Fenway, one more time. The last Mrs. Fenway stayed at home. She was too afraid to roam. Mr. Fenway fuss and foam when she choked on the telephone. Oh, Mrs. Fenway, me oh my, why'd you have to go and die? Now we have to say goodbye to Mrs. Fenway. Everybody, Mrs. Fenway. Hot, hot. Mrs. Fenway, 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 Mrs. Fenway. What was her name again? My hat is large. My pants are big. My shirt is yellow. My clothes don't fit. My cat is large. My pants fall down.
My telephone is ringing. My head is yellow. My number is Fujini.
I wouldn't like it if an earthquake came to my house.
Why not?
Because if it shook my house, I would be surprised.
What would you do?
I would go out of the house and see what it is.
Uh-huh.
And I might go back in and unshake it.
Well, that would be a good idea.
And I might hold everything with 8 hands.
If you had 8 hands, what would you be?
I'd be an octopus.
Uh-huh.
And if I had 20 hands, I would be a biggest octopus.
Captain Pete, saving the world. Captain Pete, rescuing the children. Captain Pete, in Spain. Captain Pete, crocheting a placemat. Captain Pete, en la biblioteca. Captain Pete, watching TV. Captain Pete, playing freeze tag. Captain Pete, in Technicolor. Captain Pete, buying a nice family sedan. Captain Pete, in 3 easy installments of just $19.95.
Thank you very much. Yes, especially you, man. Yes, come see me after the show. Hey, I'm gonna be passing the hat, so after the next number, why don't you just give me a little contribution and help me further my experimenting with cheap booze and fast women. This next one I wrote with my cousin Bernie back in '47, and it's a little ditty I like to call Summer in Tel Aviv. Hit it. 3. Oh, what happened? Where am I?
Sidney J. Sheinberg.
Oh, Satan. You had me fooled there for a minute. I was going off my nut. How you doing? Hey, nice place. Looks like hell.
It, is hell, Sid. And I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Oh, hold on a second. Hey, shut up! Okay. Look, I want to make this quick. I've brought you here because I want your eternal soul. Again.
Oh, it's not that time again, is it?
Yep. 50 years already. My, how time flies when you're dead. Well, hand over your soul, Sid. It's time to eat the old dirt sandwich.
Hey, look, Satan, I kind of wanted to ask you the next time I saw you.
Uh-huh.
Can I kind of, have a couple more years added on the contract?
Sid. If I didn't know you any better, I'd say you were asking for yet another extension on your lease.
Do
you have any idea how many strings I've pulled for you over the last 130 years? And it's always like, Satan, give me more time, and Satan, I need another car, and Satan this, and Satan that.
You know how it is.
When are you gonna own up to your end of the bargain, Sid?
Look, Beals, buddy. Beals a buddy. You always been good to me, and I know sometimes I'm a little less than appreciative. I really do enjoy the popularity thing and the money thing, and you know what? I am kind of having second thoughts about the whole trading the soul.
Second thoughts? listen to me when I say this. I've been waiting for your soul for well over 130 years, and I want it now.
Come on, Satan. Have a little compassion for the underdog here.
Compassion? I am the ultimate evil! Compassion. Come, give me a break.
All right. What about a contest? Winner takes soul.
Sid, I don't have time for contests. I got other things to do today. You know, I'm a busy man. I'm late as it is. Look, it's getting late. See, here's the watch. Look, it's late.
All right. It's been fun. You can have my soul for eternity.
What if I don't want it?
No, Satan, you can have my soul. I'm serious. I'm done with it. You can have it.
Why the sudden change of heart? Is there something wrong with your soul, perhaps?
No, it's fine. Just take the soul. Come on, get it over with.
No.
What are you talking about? No, just take the soul. What, do I gotta beg?
It wouldn't do you much good. I'm not gonna take it.
Just take the damn soul.
No.
Take it.
No.
Take it.
No.
Take it.
No.
Take it.
No.
All right, then I'll take your soul.
What?
I haven't done that since 48. What are you all looking at? What are you looking at?